is a pretty extensive one because risk analysis, as you can imagine, is applicable to a lot of areas. Let's start with a screen share. How's that? There we go. Share screen. And, this one. Share. Hope you can see this one now. This is the number one critical capability in our risk analysis self-assessment. And it describes, it gives you an overview, and it gives you a definition of risk analysis, basically. And zoom in, there, zoomed in. Lead detailed risk analysis and risk assessment to identify, mitigate, and control risks to infrastructure, information systems, and data. Advocate security and risk management to key stakeholders in order to balance security and business needs. Now, if I extrapolate that, you can see what I did there, double clicked on it. What comes up is it's related to security, obviously. So if I click on that, and I'll do that later on, we'll see a lot more critical capabilities that are related to security. Information security is the main topic. Risk analysis is applicable to. This one is the highest Moscow score. So the highest score in our risk analysis critical capabilities, which is 1486, which means there's 1486 critical capabilities in there in total. And this is the highest one. It is a must-have, which goes to show which is obvious. It's a must-have. There's 5 different categories of Moscow in there: must-have, should have, ought to have, and we'll get to them later. So this is the highest priority one. You want to check that? To check this one, you'll ask for this question in your organization: will the revised controls lead to tolerable risk levels? Now, if I go deeper into this, I want to find more. I want to find more about information security. I can double click on this one, and there we go. These are other areas that are related to information security and risk analysis that I can focus on right here. I can invest in internal and external security risk assessments, risk analysis, and application or system level vulnerability testing. I'll go, oh, that's interesting. Let's double click, see what comes up, and see how they're related. Again, this one relates to security here, and it's a must-have as well. A question to ask here would be, does the system stay functional within requirements? Good question to ask. Right? Let's click on the third one, see what comes up. There we go. This one says, plunk it in the middle, so you can see it here. Participate in internal security assessments, security reviews, conduct security risk analysis of business processes and technology solutions to evaluate whether they comply with internal security policies. And these 3 are basically the foundation and the bedrock of risk analysis, specifically towards information analysis and information security. As you can see, it dives really deep here into security. All 3 are related to security. Let's go wild and click on security, and you'll see what I mean with there's a lot of critical capabilities that are related to security. There we are. Let's go like this. So let it do our work. Let it do its work. These are all the critical capabilities related to risk analysis and how they relate to each other. I can zoom in so you can see a little bit of what's going on here. Make sure the data security group works to ensure that your internal client-sensitive, personally identifiable information is stored and replicated securely, used properly, and accessed by only authorized individuals. This is just one of many, 16, one of many that we've got in here. There are other ways of finding out which ones are of most importance, and I'll show you that later as well by organizing them on priority, basically. So this one gives you an idea of what's the highest priority, basically the definition for risk analysis, and how everything is related to this. And there's 1486 criteria in there. Now, let's find out what the 5 highest urgent and prioritized criteria are. We know this is the number 1, but what are the other 4? Let's have a go. Here's our old friend, the lead to detailed. Zoom in a bit. Lead detailed risk analysis. But here we got other ones, the top 5. So for risk analysis, we need to take care of this in our organization. If we've got this covered, then we're a long way on our way of having things in order. Warrant that your organization is responsible for performance of risk analysis and development of processes and procedures to support your organization's disaster recovery and business continuity program. Good one, to focus on that one. You see here, it's links to risk as a main topic, a security incident, and a good question to ask would be, who within IT is responsible for backup policies, continuity, and disaster recovery? Let's click on that one. Perform threat modeling, data flow diagramming design, risk analysis, security assessments in partnership with business partners. Provide guidance that balances security requirements with functional requirements. There we go. Which partners are or should be involved in the response? Nice one. And again, related to security. Let's click on all of them so you can see how they are connected. I'm not going to read each and every one of them. You can do that, or you can pause the video and have a look at them. This is how they all are interconnected, how they're all interconnected. Important words here are development, security, risk, data, which will blow up tremendously. Areas that you need to cover and look at are threat modeling, security incidents, enterprise architecture tools, information security, and solution architecture. Questions to ask to see how risk analysis is evolving in your organization, who is responsible for backups, policy, continuity, and disaster recovery. Will the revised controls lead to tolerable risk levels? What is the data from your call center showing in terms of calls with the safety component? Are the plans based on the risks and potential consequences of business interruptions, and which partners are or should be involved in the response? Now, if I'm interested in diving deeper into one topic, I can see how risk analysis in this one is connected to this one topic. Oh, here we go. Threat modeling has several critical capabilities attached to it. Well, you can read them here. Conduct security assessments through vulnerability assessments, penetration testing, and risk analysis. Review source code, identify security vulnerabilities, perform risk analysis, and partner with development colleagues for remediation, etc., etc. And I can click on each and every one again and see how they are connected to the other ones and what type of questions I need to ask to make sure that we have it. And if it's an important one, a must have or should have, and how it's related to the other ones. Now, if I want to go wild, I can show you everything that's in here, and it's going to be quite a ball, feast of balls, basically, what you're going to see here. This is everything that's in the knowledge graph for risk analysis. And let's click on full screen so we can zoom into the hairball. And it's loading, it's connecting everything now live, the knowledge graph, the graph database, all the areas that are connected to risk analysis, all the critical capabilities. So the big blue balls, they are the critical capabilities. The smaller orange balls, they are the questions related to the critical capability. And the yellow balls, they're the important ones as well, because they'll give you an insight into the areas that you need to look into covering risk analysis. And I'll show you the areas with another command later. Or now maybe, let's have a look. I can show you the topics to manage. Let's do that first. So let's dive into the yellow balls. You see all those yellow balls here. Let's only show us the yellow balls. So that'll be the areas that are related to risk analysis, where risk analysis needs to be covered and needs to be done. And this is the whole enchilada. Now let's zoom in a bit, and we'll give you an idea of what's in here. Supply chain planning, Internet of Things, BCM, critical infrastructure protection, agile mindset, business continuity planning. Let's click on business continuity planning. Just clicking on one, see what comes up. Oversee that your process provides guidance for ongoing support and overall risk analysis, and that's related to risk, and it's a should have. Supplier relationship management program. Let's click on that one, see what comes up. Just clicking on random ones to give you an idea of what's in there. Assure your staff tracks plans and schedules, performs risk analysis, identifies and resolves critical path and network logic conflicts. Here we go. Software configuration management. Yeah, I like that one. Why? Because we're all sort of involved in software configuration management, if we know it or not, if we want it or not. Be confident that your company is leading in the development of risk analysis. That makes pretty much sense. That makes a lot of sense to me. Contingency planning and disaster recovery. for your operating systems. All right, that gives you an idea of all the areas that you need to focus on and take care of with risk analysis. So like I said, risk analysis is a broad area that is used and focused on in each and every of these. A lot of them are enterprise IT environments, enterprise IT areas. NIST, cybersecurity framework, interesting, see what comes up. Oh, there's two balls. Chief Risk Officer, what you got to do here? Anomaly detection, I like that one too. There. So as you can see, you can play around and follow each and every path and just go down the rabbit hole and figure out what needs to be done. Now, if I only want to have a look at the use cases, and that's the blue balls again, and that'll probably overwhelm the screen, but it gives you an idea of the 1400 that are in there, which is, it's coming up now, return all the use cases, 1400 balls, there we go. 1400 use cases, each and every one of them. So the use cases that are of most importance are in the middle of the hairball. So if I zoom out, there we go. That's the whole hairball. And if I zoom in, those are the ones that are of highest importance to risk analysis. Now, I can do the same with the questions. Do it the other way around as well. So don't just look at the criteria, but if I just want to ask the questions, if I just want to know the questions that I need to ask in the organization, I can do the same. This is basically what you find in the books that we publish, but it's ordered in the books as well, based on relevancy and based on how mature they are. So these are all the questions that are in that are in the critical capabilities. Should client insource or outsource the recovery process? I'm just picking one now. And click on that, and if all goes well, then we should see the double ball that's related to that. The blue ball that's related to that. It's a bit slow. I think the system is overwhelmed with the number of questions, so let's go somewhere else right now. Now, if I want to make it easier on myself and say, what do I really need to cover in risk analysis? So we've done the top 5. We had a look at those. If I want to have a look at what are the areas that I need to cover, so these are how the Moscow scores are organized. I've spoken to those before in other videos as well. The relevancy based on density and frequency of specific keywords that are relevant to the topic. Must have, those are the ones that we really should have in risk analysis. So I double click on those, let's see what comes up. Manage and monitor formal risk analysis and self-assessment programs. See, the database is struggling a bit right now, fairly busy. Let's go clear. Clear. There, and let's redo it. That's the must-have. You see here, rendering was limited to 100 of the total nodes of 293. So there's a 293 nodes that are relevant to the must-have one. I'm clicking this one, the should-have. See what that comes up with. Yeah, not much. There it is. It's a bit slow. It's a bit struggling right now. We can also use the knowledge graph to answer questions. And questions to ask, for instance, let's see what comes up here. The question to ask, for instance, would be this one. Does the risk analysis have an adequate level of breadth, depth, and detail to support the risk management decisions being supported? That's one of the highest important questions in the whole risk analysis critical capabilities. Now I limited here to 3, so you only see 3 of the most relevant replies to this question. And the first one is lead detailed risk analysis and risk assessment to identify, mitigate, and control risks to infrastructure, information systems, and data. Advocate security and risk management to key stakeholders in order to balance security and business needs. And nice one. Make sure your operation performs detailed and ongoing risk analysis to identify security vulnerabilities. And how you do that, that is linked back into the areas here. Make headway so that your strategy performs requirements analysis with a focus on adding value to the business by providing more detailed project objectives, business needs analysis, trade-off analysis, requirements feasibility, risk analysis, and cost-benefit analysis. So you see, it goes pretty much in depth here. I can pick another one. Let's go with another question. Let's see how much time we got left. We have, we're nearly running out of overtime. Let's do one more. To give you an idea, there's another question that's of interest. Does your organization have an information security implementation strategy as per the risk analysis results? Here we see the critical capability that's related to that. Lead a collaborative focus on implementing the cybersecurity vision and roadmap on all strategies as defined. Oh, well, now I'm curious. Now I'm going to type in cyber, see what comes in here. Cyber, see what comes up. And I'm going to limit it to, let's go wild, let's do 10. Show me the 10 most important criteria related to cyber. There we are. Perform third-party cyber risk analysis and ensure maintenance contribution to risk register. Collect data on current security measures for risk analysis and generate monthly cyber threat status reports. And you see the other 8 ones as well here that pop up. If I go unlimited, let's go unlimited, see what comes up. See if there are more. There are more, so there's quite a few more actually that are related to cyber, information security, implementation strategy implementation. As you can see, there's a lot you can uncover and dive into here. And that's my time for now. With that, I'll leave you. Have a look at the website. The link is on here. Let's see where I got it. Captions, there it is. So there's a link, store.theartofservice.com/risk analysis critical capabilities. It's also in the description, the link. And thank you for watching and see you next time.